There are people who have been beaten up. There is a nun who has been molested or raped. There is something, a church that has been burnt down, and we would like to go there. Can you sponsor a ticket to that place? And they willingly oblige. So we really don't have much belief for what we believe that the Lord provides for our needs. But when we go there, we find people who are in the worst situation. And it's not the money that they want. The relief, yes, their house is broken down, the church has been burnt or destroyed, and yes, they would appreciate some kind of a money or some kind of relief that comes up. But more importantly, they say, oh, you have come from Bombay and you've come from Delhi, and so we are so happy that you are brothers and sisters with us, and as one family of God, we are standing, praising God, thanking God for whatever the situation is. We've seen people who've been praising God, taking beating, in spite of the persecutors being so harsh on them, that only a person moved with the Spirit of God can bear the brunt of that attack. And that is what gives us this conviction to go on and on and on. My dear friends, I want to give you just maybe, we make a list, a black list. So we have a black list of about 200 of the most heinous 200 names or the list of 200 instances. I want to highlight maybe about 10 of them, giving you different cross sections of the forms that persecution takes. The first and most obvious form is the form of killing, of physically eliminating. So who are the people who are targeted in this field? It's the pastors who are most often targeted. It is the community leaders or the community representatives that are next targeted. But more shockingly, it is the priests, the nuns, and anybody who takes up leadership that is targeted. And when I say targeted, I mean physically eliminated. This was done on a mass scale in Orissa. And we believe we have records for hundreds of such deaths in Orissa alone. We have a sort of merciless, brutal beating up in Karnataka, again on a mass scale. We've had about 400 cases against Christians in Karnataka that are going on for the last maybe year and a half. And you know what happens with cases? You go to court every month. Your family suffers, your employment or your job suffers. If you're doing business, nobody does business with you. And when I say business, it's not big business. It's small, some kind of a small shop or a cart somewhere that helps you get a little bit of money. But coming back to the issue of killing. Killing is not as simple as we would like to believe. It's merciless. Besides these 100 who died in Orissa, who were martyred in Orissa, over the last 50 years, and we've seen this, when I say 50 years, it's a matter of saying, but most of the killing, 80% of the killing has happened in the last decade. So there is a steep rise in the way they are dealing with Christian missionaries, people who speak for Christ. And what has happened is, we've had small people, we've had even a 14-year-old child killed in Kerala simply because he was learning or going to Bible school. We've had nuns in Jammu and had people who poisoned the tea of a pastor after he was fasting for the whole day and he was supposed to break his fast by that tea. And they knew that the pastor would come back and have tea in the evening, and as he was waiting, praying, finished the fast, and then he was supposed to have his tea, he had poisoned tea and died. This is what happened in Punjab. We've had militants who are gunning down, and Maoists, people who are gunning down people in Tripura, Christians in Tripura. In Tamil Nadu, we've had a case of a stoning, where the wife and the mother-in-law was told to stone the pastor to death. We've also had cases in Gujarat and elsewhere was dead and buried, they've had to remove the body and they've thrown the body out of the cemetery and said, now take this body and bury him in America or wherever else you can. He's not from India. He's not here. His loyalties do not lie here. So we've had bodies exhumed. In Maharashtra, this is what happened in Gujarat. In Maharashtra, we've had cases where they have been hanged from the treetops. We've had cases of brutal stabbing in Andhra Pradesh. We've had cases of burning as the Grand States case and many other cases, especially professionalized in Orissa. My dear friends, this is the brutality with which pastors, Christians have been done away with, and it is for this reason that we mentioned these 10 killings for which we have records. There are a large number of killings, or most of them are where we do not have records. We have records of again a number of almost an equal number of rapes and molestation. You know the case, again going back to Orissa, which is most high profile these days. You have the case of the nun, whose case is still going on for the last 3 years. In any other place where it was so brutal, so